Welcome to Green TV. I'm Kerry Campbell, Independent Green Party.
And I'm Brooklyn Kinley, the Independent Green Party. Green Party Green TV focus is Independent Green Party candidates. Independent Green Party Green TV is about Green Party Green New Deal eco jobs for the economy, positive Green Party solutions, Green Party eco-capitalisms. Prices must tell the environmental truth. The green industrial revolution, solar jobs, wind jobs, geothermal jobs, rail jobs, weatherization jobs, conservation jobs, and efficiency jobs. Building green neighborhoods, walkable, bikeable, pedestrian, rail-friendly communities. We have an exciting Green Party Green TV for you today. We feature some of the best videos from the Independent Green Party YouTube channel.
The biggest way people give up power is by not knowing that we have it to start with. Well, we got it, and we're going to use it. And it doesn't come from the big corporate political parties that are bought and paid for by Wall Street. Their choices are not our choices.
Their candidates are not our candidates. Their economy is not our economy.
Their government is not our government. Their prisons are not our prisons. Their police are not our police. And their endless wars are not our wars. And their recovery for the few is not our recovery. The 1% is quaking in their boots because we're waking up to the fact that we have the power and we're going to use it. We have the power to make the minimum wage a living wage. We have the power to turn the tide on climate change. We have the power to create a welcoming path to citizenship. We have the power to end the racist war on drugs. It's in our hands. Together, we can build a world that puts people and the planet and peace over profit. That's in our hands. Our power to create this new world. It's not in our hopes. It's not in our dreams. It's in our hands. Thank you.
More trains, more tracks.
More often. I think I got that one.
Rail makes us safer and more secure. Join the Green Party.
More trains, less traffic.
We need high-speed rail. Statewide and nationwide. Trains as fast as planes.
We need more trains, less traffic today.
We need dedicated passenger rail track for the VRE. Join the Green Party today.
More trains, less traffic.
For rail parkers, Independent Green. We need new tracks with more trains that run more often. Dedicated passenger rail track for VRE.
More trains, less traffic. We need the Green New Deal. Join the Green Party now.
We need more Green Party candidates. Eco for the economy.
Join more trains of traffic.
Hello, I'm Marisa Wizard, Independent Green Party. We need more train, less traffic. I'm Marisa Wizard, Independent Green Party.
We need more solar jobs.
My grandma's right. We need more trains, less traffic.
We need to even the playing field. We need to cut taxpayer subsidies to zero for oil, asphalt, auto, and concrete.
We need more trains, less traffic.
You say we need more trains, less traffic. Okay.
We need more trains, less traffic.
Hi, this is Diane Blay of the Independent Green Party. We need rail, statewide, countrywide. Again, this is Diane Blay, Independent Green Party.
Rail makes money. Join the Green Party now.
More trains, less traffic?
Yay!
Rail saves lives. Join the Green Party now.
Hi, I'm Diane Blay of the Independent Green Party. Last year, more Americans than ever invested in solar. Going solar is the way to go. Diane Blay, Independent Greens.
We need more trains, less traffic. Join the Green Party now.
Hi, I'm Gail Parker, Independent Green Party.
Hi, I'm Janet Murphy, Independent Green Party.
I'm Brooklyn Kinley, Independent Green Party.
More trains, less traffic.
I'm Albert Burkhardt, Independent Green Party of Virginia. We need more trains, more tracks, more often. I'm Albert Burkhardt, Independent Green Party of Virginia.
Hi, I'm Gail Parker, Independent Green Party.
Marisa Bizar, Independent Green Party.
We need more trains and less traffic.
And we need the Green New Deal.
I'm Gail Parker, Independent Green Party.
Marisa Bizar, Independent Green Party.
Rail enhances national security.
More trains, less traffic.
Join the Green Party now.
Hi, I'm David Lambert, ready to represent you, the Independent Green Party. More trains, less traffic, high-speed rail, much safer. Evergreen. High-speed rail, Independent Party, Evergreen. Less traffic, more safety for our citizens. Let's go. Hi, my name is David Lambert, and I'm ready to represent you for the Independent Green Party. More trains, less traffic, more solar jobs, more geothermal, more opportunities for our citizens of Virginia. Help our education, help with our voting rights. Independent Green Party. David Lambert's your guy, always will be. Ready to represent you and the 74th District and the people of Virginia. Independent Green Party. David Lambert's your guy.
Good afternoon.
Dr. Jill Stein understands that we are at the confluence of a historic period that requires mass mobilization to confront what Dr. King called the fierce urgency of now. We need a president who understands the urgency to fight for revolutionary change that will dismantle the system of white supremacy, militarism, environmental racism, and the war against whistleblowers.
El Partido Verde es correcto. Necesitamos más trenes, menos tráfico. Únanse al Partido Verde hoy día. El Partido Verde es correcto. Necesitamos más energía solar en las escuelas y en los edificios públicos. Únanse al Partido Verde hoy día. The Green Party is right. Solar makes money. 11,000 new solar jobs in Virginia. Join the Greens today.
Dr. Jill Stein's Green New Deal is the deal America needs.
I'm Kerry Campbell, and this is your Green Party Minute. Tell me your name, sir.
I'm Harvey Wasserman. I support Jill Stein for president because the Green Party shows us a future that can work and that will allow us to live on this planet in happiness and in prosperity. And I think that the Green Party is absolutely essential to providing a solar-topian vision, an alternative vision to the failed parties, the failed policies of the corporate Democrats and Republicans. We have not, since the 1850s, had a president who's not a Democrat or a Republican. It's time we had some diversity in this.
Dr. Jill Stein, the Green Party. I'm Kerry Campbell. This was your Green Party Minute.
I'm Dr. Margaret Flowers, and I support Dr. Jill Stein and Sherry Honkola, the Green Party candidates for President and Vice President. They have a Green New Deal going forward for the United States, and I encourage everyone to vote for them. Remember, you can't spoil something that's already spoiled.
Hi, I'm Kevin Zeese, and I'm really happy to see Jill Stein running. She's running a great campaign. She's starting to put out issues that no one else will put out. We essentially have two Wall Street candidates from the two corporate parties, and it's so good to have a refreshing voice out there who's telling the truth on the issues. She's run a great campaign. She's on a lot of ballots. People have the chance to vote for her. She's made matching funds. She's raising money, got some ads out. I really give her high marks for running a campaign and a rigged system to get our message out. So I voted Jill Stein.
Dr. Jill Stein, the Green Party. Thanks, Kevin.
Thank you.
We begin today as the 2016 presidential race is heating up with announcements of new contenders almost weekly. Today, a third woman joined the fray, Dr. Jill Stein of the Green Party. In her second bid for president of the United States, what might her campaign look like this time around? Well, to talk about just that is Dr. Jill Stein herself. And I wanted to begin by asking you, first of all, welcome back to the RT studios. What made you decide to run for president today?
Clearly, and it's great to be here, Anya. Thank you so much. It's clear that we are in a crisis. 1 out of every 2 Americans is now in poverty or approaching poverty. 40 million students are in debt with few prospects of getting out of it. 20 million people need jobs, yet 75% of the jobs being created are part-time and low wage. And we have a climate crisis exemplified by what just happened in India, where 2,000 people died with effective heats of 149 degrees. Combining the effects of temperature and humidity. California has 1 year of water left. You know, clearly, the way the economy is going, it's working out very well for the 1% who've gained really 95% of all the benefits of the economic recovery. 80 billionaires have as much wealth as half of the world's population. So this is not working out for everyday people, and the political parties that brought us here are absolutely incapable of fixing it. They're continuing to expand the war, to give us the Trans-Pacific Partnership and all that. The events of the last 2 weeks especially have really driven home that we Americans need to start standing up. We have the power to move forward, and that's what our campaign does.
Well, I'm glad you talked about those two parties, because I want to talk about your decision to run as a third-party candidate. Of course, people have been talking about alternative candidates, and right now, even within the Democratic Party, you can't talk about him without bringing up Bernie Sanders, who's kind of been able to shift the debate from within the establishment. So why did you decide that you would be more effective in a third party, which is something you, of course, have done before?
Great. You know, faith in the two major parties is declining. 25%, I believe, of public now identifies as Republicans, 31% as Democrats. We had an all-time low turnout in 2014. You know, we have seen youth, didn't come out, labor didn't come out, Latinos aren't coming out. The major constituencies that used to support the Democratic Party have really learned, particularly since Obama had both houses of Congress as Democrats, and still the Democratic Party couldn't do it for us. We've seen reform efforts within the Democratic Party come out with wonderful, vibrant campaigns that basically come to a screeching halt on primary day. The party is controlled by the big money. We've seen, for example, the Jesse Jackson campaign, which was one of the most powerful rebellions inside of the Democratic Party. But at the end of the day, he was on the podium swearing allegiance to the Democratic corporate candidate, which Bernie Sanders has already said that he will do. He will be endorsing Hillary, presuming Hillary wins. Inside of that party, you are not supported, and the vision is buried when your campaign comes to an end. Our campaign will be there for the long haul. We're not just there for the primary. We're there to fight through to the end. We've now launched a court case in order to try to open up the presidential debates, which the American public is clamoring for. So we're not going away. And after the election, we continue to build. So this is an effort that will actually continue. It will go on. It will not be reabsorbed back into the Democratic Party, which is basically hostile to the basic vision of the campaign.
And what about some of the key differences? You're on record as saying some of your major differences with even Sanders is foreign policy. I mean, even talking to like establishment members of the progressives in...
Belief is that we need a foreign policy founded on international law, human rights, and diplomacy, period. You know, that the use of military force should be defensive, which is what it's supposed to be, and that it should follow, you know, the constitutional process and be approved by Congress, not by the president. You know, so we really want very strict limits on the use of force. We have seen in the Middle East, in a, you know, unbelievably dramatic and compelling way, that force is not the answer to extremism. In fact, that brute military force breeds more extremism, and ISIS is actually a product of this policy, as was the Taliban. That, you know, there are many ways to deal with ISIS, actually. You need to starve ISIS. Bombing ISIS is not going to do it. We need to starve ISIS by cutting off the sale of fuel, the inflow of foreign finance, and volunteers across the border. So there are ways to basically rein in and extinguish the forces of extremism, but fighting them and arming other tribal forces, you know, and then where did ISIS get its arms from anyhow? It's mostly arms that they've captured from other people.
The Iraqi army left behind.
And there is no Iraqi army now for the U.S. to train in any event. So the writing is on the wall here. Doing more of the same is not the way to go. This is where we differ from Bernie Sanders in that...
And I know
we feel
Israel is another huge difference.
That's right, absolutely. We feel that we should not, the United States should not be sponsoring things like the massacre of Gaza, that we should not be in the business of arming administrations like the Netanyahu government, which are clear violators of human rights and war criminals.
And finally, what are some of the other issues that you want to have at the center of your platform? And what do you say to viewers who are saying, look, I agree with her and they understand the sentiments, but they might feel like voting for a third-party candidate, this is something I hear all the time, is a waste of their vote. What do you tell those people?
Well, we have the last 10 years to look at to see the proof of that strategy. That strategy says, you know, don't stand up, don't vote your values, take the lesser of the bad things that are out there, but we've seen where that leads. You know, there's absolute continuity between Barack Obama and George Bush, and on issue after issue, Obama was even worse than George Bush on the massive bailouts for Wall Street, on the expanding wars for oil, on the attacks on civil liberties, on the deportation of immigrants, on the attack on our public schools and the privatization and the attack on teachers and unions. In case after case, Obama was even worse. So it's clear you can find fine differences between them, but those differences are not enough to save our lives. Our lives are really on the line right now. We have an economy that's, you know, on the verge of another collapse, in which many people are just barely surviving right now. 40 million students are in debt. We need to stand up with the power of our convictions. If 40 million students who are in debt alone came out to vote in November of 2016, they alone, and they can vote for abolishing debt, which our campaign alone supports. That's another difference with Bernie Sanders. We agree that education should be a human right, but our campaign is the only national campaign right now that calls for abolishing student debt. We bailed out the bankers who got us into this mess. We can bail out the students. If 40 million students come out to vote, we have won this. You know, the problem has not been that, that a lack of people power. The problem has been the lack of representation and choice for people power. We need to abandon the lesser evil and start standing up for the greater good. If we don't stand up for it, it won't happen.
Thank you all so much. It's really an honor to be here. It's great to hear one of our other candidates, and there are many candidates. There are about 5 of us, I think, for the Green Party, and I think it's a sign of health that the party has many candidates representing diverse points of view, although I've got to say we all kind of have a very similar platform, and I think it's a great thing for the Green Party. So remember Rosa Clemente's wonderful point that the Green Party is also an imperative. It's no longer the alternative, it is now the imperative. The sign of the times, these acts of incredibly courageous rebellion, and this is the exciting thing. And people are calling for not only their own issue, but for a broader vision of democracy and justice, and for a world and a nation that works for all of us. And I think this is one of the biggest differences that we see now as organizers and activists, is that we're refusing to be separated into our individual struggles, and that we are unifying for a broader movement for people, planet, and peace over profit. And again, the Green Party provides an electoral framework. We used to look to political parties to bring us together, to reach critical mass, to have a unifying vision. We don't have that from, Democrats and Republicans. They've just been sold out and bought out. So we're not seeing a unifying vision there. And again, I think it falls to the Green Party to put this together for people. At the same time we're seeing this big vision, we're also seeing this big crisis. And indeed, it's the crisis that's really engaging people now and telling us that we must act, we must engage, and we must come together and not be divided and conquered, which is how they want us to be. And if you look at this crisis, it's really across the board, and it's global, and there's really no issue out there right now that isn't extremely precarious. If you look at the economy, they tell us we're in a recovery, but in fact, it's an emergency. Would you say? Yeah, right. And we're here to tell it like it is, and also how we can fix it. Because if we don't acknowledge what we're up against, we can't begin to move the solutions. While the unemployment rate has come down, to some 5% approximately now, why has it come down? In part because people are dropping out of the labor market. So you're not counted, if you're not actively seeking work in the last 4 weeks, you don't get counted. So that's part of what brings the numbers down. The numbers are also coming down because what kind of jobs are they creating now? They're creating part-time and temporary jobs that pay lousy wages and come with no benefits. Anybody know about those jobs? Yeah, and if you talk to people who are coming out of high school, who can't afford to go to college, or people who have gone through college and they got debt, that's all they see are these low-wage jobs, if any. So, we have an economic crisis. Part of that crisis is that we have 40 million young people, an entire generation of young people who are locked into debt, locked into predatory debt, which you cannot escape even through bankruptcy. Predatory debt that will follow you around into your retirement, to your old age, and it will harvest your Social Security. In debt for life, really a generation of debt at much higher interest rates, than you would pay on a mortgage. It's absolutely unbelievable that a generation is being used as a cash cow for predatory banks, and that our government is right in the middle of it. Now we don't have the safety net institutions and the safety net hospitals and many of the community health centers and things like that we used to have. Medical bankruptcy has not been reduced one iota. So this is basically a boondoggle for insurance companies, and was used really to stave off the real solution, Medicare for all, which we must have. And which will save us. It doesn't cost us. It saves us. We can cover everybody, and we still save $400 billion a year by cutting out the waste and the incredible, massive red tape and bureaucracy of the private health insurance industry. So just by streamlining it, like Medicare, the overhead goes way down, and we save a whole lot of money, and we get healthy. And when you get sick, you can focus on getting better, not on trying to figure out how you're supposed to pay for the thing. So it's inexcusable that we don't have this right now.
The biggest way people give up power is by not knowing that we have it to start with. Well, we got it, and we're going to use it. And it doesn't come from the big corporate political parties that are bought and paid for by Wall Street. Their choices are not our choices.
Their candidates are not our candidates. Their economy is not our economy.
Their government is not our government. Their prisons are not our prisons. Their police are not our police. And their endless wars are not our wars. And their recovery for the few is not our recovery. The 1% is quaking in their boots because we're waking up to the fact that we have the power and we're going to use it. We have the power to make the minimum wage a living wage. We have the power to turn the tide on climate change. We have the power to create a welcoming path to citizenship. We have the power to end the racist war on drugs. It's in our hands. Together, we can build a world that puts people and the planet and peace over profit. That's in our hands. Our power to create this new world. It's not in our hopes. It's not in our dreams. It's in our hands. Thank you.
More trains, less traffic.
We need more trains and less traffic. We need more trains, less traffic.
More trains, less traffic.
We need this Green New Deal. Solar jobs, wind jobs, geothermal jobs.
More trains, less traffic.
The Green Party's right. Trains save more lives. Join the Green Party now. We need fast trains to Oklahoma. Trains as fast as planes.
Join the Green Party now. More trains, less traffic.
Rail creates jobs. Join the Green Party now.